Pittman. I am the proud choral director here at Campbell High School. This is my first time having a parent meeting where we were almost standing room only, so yay! I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much for being here. There are some chairs over here if you want to just grab one and just grab a seat. If we gotta pull out extra chairs and stuff, that's exciting. So normally I don't talk at these meetings. Our booster president speaks, but she is under the weather, so she wasn't able to be here. I am waiting on our booster vice president, Ms. Haynes, but she'll speak a little later when we talk about booster business, hopefully if she's in the room at that time. But we're so excited to have you as a part of our Singing Spartans family. You are the main vehicle to having our students get here. You drive them to rehearsals and pick them up. You come and support them at their concerts, and we are grateful and thankful for you all. So there's a variety of ways for you to stay in contact with what we do. I'm very communicative. Some people have said I'm over communicative at times. But why? Why not? Why not? But I will send you at least one monthly email. It's our Singing Spartans Spotlight, Singing Spartans Chorus Parent Updates. You've already got one. You got one the first week of school. You'll be getting the August one, the wrap up of August next week, and so on and so forth. So I try to stay in constant communication. The other way to stay in contact of what we do is by following us on our Facebook page. Yes. And someone in my class said, Facebook? I was like, yes, your parents are on it. But that's mostly for you all, so that you all are able to stay in contact with what we're doing. I post about our events. I make event posts showing pictures. I linked our Instagram to our Facebook page, so everything that I post on Instagram where your students are, they see it on Facebook and it goes through there. Also, we use our Facebook page to go live for our concerts, so we always live stream, and that makes our performances much more accessible to the Smyrna community and your family and friends who may not be able to get to Fleming Street at the PAC. So even if you're never or not able to make our live concert, there you go, the announcement.
Parents and students, we want to thank you for coming out to our open house tonight. We appreciate all of your support. We also want to thank all of our student volunteers that have helped us tonight through all of our clubs. Parents, please have a safe drive home.
Muchísimas gracias, padres y estudiantes, por atender el día de hoy y que hayan podido conocer a sus maestros. Les deseamos que pasen una buena noche y un viaje seguro a casa.
Yay! All right, so the other way is to follow our Facebook page, of course. You can follow the Instagram, the Twitter page. You're like, wow, it's so much social media. I grew up in that area. I literally have like 5 accounts on each of these things. So it's like, it's old hat now. So there's one way, even if you just want to follow one thing, I post the same thing multiple places. So you follow one thing, you're going to get all the information. The other thing is subscribe to our YouTube page. We do have a YouTube page where I place all of our concert videos. Right now, all of them are unedited, but I'm working on getting with someone about editing and doing a highlight reel. We post our yearly end of the year slideshow. We post these videos of our parent meetings. So just in case you're not able to make our booster meetings, you can catch the recap. And I'll always include that information as well in an email recap to you. Okay? The other way is our website. We have a website, of course. We are very digitally friendly. Everything that I give your students, I will also place in our online folder so that you can get it digitally, because sometimes when I give your students things, it gets lost in the abyss of their book bag. So that's one thing, one way that we kind of try to keep everything together. And lastly, you can send me an email or give me a call. My office line extension is 099. So if you're ever in need to reach me or contact me, email is the best thing. I'm usually pretty quick. I'll probably send you a response within the 12 to 24 hours. That's literally how much of a digital native I am. Some of the overall expectations of the CHS Chorus program. Like I said, this is my 4th year here at Campbell High School. I was brought here to build, and that's what I've been doing. We started with about 80 or so students in the program. We've grown to about 120 this year, and that's going through the pandemic. And so you can only imagine our growth going forward, especially my freshmen coming in, the growth of our program by the time that they graduate. And that all depends on you all and helping to promote and keeping them singing and keeping them active, and just aware of all the opportunities that I hope to be able to create. One thing that I like to remind my students of as they go through is that every person that plays football on that team is not going to get a scholarship to college, and they are not going to play at the NFL. But I promise you, tenors bases especially, if you want to get some scholarship money, I promise you bet that they're going to pay for you to go to school if you sing in college. So if I'm highly advocate continuing to sing after high school. I advocate being a lifelong learner of music, and definitely whether or not that's in a college ensemble, whether or not that's a pop ensemble. I have students that have produced EPs. I have students who've been on American Idol. The sky is the limit, truly. And I just want to let your students know what's possible for them. The 2022-23 calendar is out there for you. I sent it home. Of course, they probably lost it by now, but it is on the Chorus webpage. There is a direct link to our online Google Calendar where you can actually just add that calendar to your own Google Calendar, and it'll pop up for you. There's a blown up version over here for our students, but if you want to take a look at that, take a picture of it before you leave today, you're more than welcome to. The whole year is lined out for you. We have some varied performance opportunities, like I was telling some of you all earlier during open house. We have 4 concerts, at least 4 concerts a year, usually 2 per semester. Select has a couple of more because they're technically my tour group. So I take them any and everywhere that they ask us to. We have our girls trio, we have our boys quartet, and we also have this awesome new ensemble, the Chamber Singers, which is a select group of sopranos and altos. We have a vocal a cappella group who will, once we finalize who those people auditions are, we'll have that and we'll start. And those folks are like our pentatonics style, harmonic singing, the beatboxing, all that good stuff. If you've ever seen them on YouTube, that's the style that we do. I'm possibly considering starting a gospel choir. We'll see how things work. It's only one of me. So, but there's a lot of things that I want to do to kind of expose our students to a bunch of different opportunities and a bunch of different styles of music. So we do have our first concert. It's coming up. Mark your calendars for October the 18th at 7 p.m. in our beautiful Performing Arts Center. If you have not been in that space, it is a glorious space to sing in. 150-seat auditorium. We did our first big musical, Beauty and the Beast, last year. Our spring musical this year is going to be in January, which is funny because it's a spring musical, but it's in January. And auditions for that will be right after our fall concert. We do have some field trips coming up this semester. Our Chorus Council leadership will be taking a trip to the University of South Carolina in September. And then Select will be performing at Southern Invitational, which is a chorus competition, and we're hoping to bring back some hardware. I love trophies. And those girls can sing. Well, all of our students can sing, but those girls can sing, okay? So we're wanting to wait for our announcement.
Students, if you have lost a car key, it is coming to the front office. If you lost a car key, it will be coming to the front office shortly.
I was like, you don't want to go home. Okay. Yeah. So I was like, everyone check your keys. We're good? Okay. And I love taking performance trips, but I also like to take trips for our students to see what's out there. We are so lucky to be so close to the city. I like taking students to see Atlanta Opera. I like to take students to the Fox, the Alliance Theater, the Symphony. The sky's the limit, and if I can find a grant for it and we get a bus, we gonna go. So if you like to do those things too, if you want to chaperone, if you want to just go, if you've never been, you're more than welcome to join us on any of these field trip experiences. A little bit about, I don't know why I said virtual classroom expectations. That's how I know I haven't done this in a while. But we are live and in person nowadays. But regular classroom expectations. So class rules. And I know the students like, I'm talking about me. So phones. That's going to be the bane of my existence, and I'm pretty sure all the teachers in this building are saying that too. The expectation is that once class starts, phones are put away. We have a lovely cell station that they're welcome to charge. So please encourage your students to not use the phone during class time. There's plenty of time before and after class for them to use the phone. We're not saying no phones, because I have them use their phones to record all the time. However, being on Instagram, TikTok, texting their significant other that you don't know that they have, yeah. So I'm gonna look up here, but yeah, just remind them about that. I remind them about that, and they are graded on being prepared and focused for class daily. But they've been doing really well, and they already know if I see them looking down at their folder for over 5 minutes, I start questioning, and then I'll wander with this bucket to their seat, and I'm like, all right, so Sally Joe's gonna make a deposit into my electronics box. And they let it go, and I just put it up here, and they can collect it at the end of class. So also parents, I love you so much. But I always get this excuse, but it's my mom.
It ain't us.
I know. Because they forget that I had a cell phone when I was in high school. And I'm like, I had a phone. I mean, it wasn't an iPhone. It was a flip phone. I had a Motorola. Or the Nokia or the Razr. They forget that we had phones too in high school. But we also did have social media, and that's been a big thing. So just reminding them to stay off their socials. I like doing TikToks too. Sometimes we'll do a TikTok in class, to be quite honest. However, there's a time and place. So that's the only thing. I just wanted to let you all know what my policy is. If your child comes home and like, Dr. Penny took my phone during class, I was like, I gave it back at the end of class.
They're right.
See, I love it. Grading. A parent asked earlier, how do I grade? All of the grades that they get in the grade book are standards based, and they're based off a rubric. Every rubric that I use has been included in the student syllabus and handbook form, and you can find the link to that in the course on the course website under parent documents. So there's a weekly rehearsal assessment rubric, and the students are like, Dr. Pittman, I'm gonna make 100 this week. I was like, okay, all right, 99. All right, so they're like, why did I get a 99? Because were you in your seat when we started class? Oh, no, I wasn't. I didn't even have my music, Dr. Pittman. I was like, there you go. So there's a rubric for everything. They have a written assessment rubric, and also a performance assessment rubric. The stronger that each individual singer is, the better our overall choir is. As much as I know some students like to hide in a 60-piece ensemble, you can't hide from Dr. Pittman. I hear everything. And a part of their standards is singing alone and with others. So I do assess them very frequently, and my students already know, they've already had 2 assessments already, that I assess them, if not weekly, every other week. So we're always singing, and you're welcome to come in to their class to sit in and listen. I would love to have you. Third block might be a little sticky because that's my biggest class, but we'll get some chairs out and y'all can join us for a class. I would love to have you. Concert attendance, there are absence notifications. I do know that emergencies come up all the time, but please just, if you could let me know either on the front end or on the back end, because you have the year's worth of dates, just let me know. Communicate so I'll know to not be worried about where little Susie or little Johnny is for the concert. Spring trip. So I know this is what the kids are here for. They're like, oh, we're going to Orlando. Okay, so I have been working with our travel company to finalize our details, and it's still a little in flux right now. This is the preliminary itinerary that you have. And the price is currently set at $625, and that's split into several payments across the year. So the final, the initial deposit is due on September 30th, which is $100, and then you'll have the other payments due monthly. You will be able to pay via My Payments Plus. If you want to pay all of it up front, you can. If you want to pay it partially, you can. You can do whatever you would like to. However, I know if there's a student here who wants to participate, but they might not be able to afford it, we will fundraise to make sure that they're able to go. I never want to tell a child that they can't have that experience just because they can't afford it. That's not fair. Music, it should be for all, and it's not just for one class of people. I came from a low socioeconomic background myself, and being in a music class literally changed my life. I've literally been to Disney World about 3, 4, 5 times now. I've taken students to New York. I've taken students on a plane for their first time to Los Angeles, to Disneyland. We've been to Florida multiple times, Nashville, and now that we're able to travel again, that's my expectation for us at Campbell. We will be moving and shaking. That is my goal. I saw your hand.
Yes, I know that there was $100 due, so by the 31st of August, that's got nothing to do with the actual.
That's separate, yes.
Okay,
That's
so
separate.
for chorus dues.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's freshmen.
Yes. New members. As I have some upperclassmen who are new members too. Right. Yes, but if you need to make your own payment arrangements, just send me an email and let me know. Yeah. Yes, Victor.
So when you pay for chorus, is that also paid for the freshman dues? Because you said.
Yep.
Okay, so no one got to worry about that.
Yes. So I'm glad you said something. I think I didn't put that on here. Oh, that's later, and that's out of my spectrum, so that's going to be Miss Haynes. But yes, your uniform, your course dues cover your uniform. That's included for new members. Returners, you have your uniform, or you'll be renting. So yes, unless you're getting a new uniform as a returner, like you outgrew something. Some of my boys, their sleeves are up to here now because they grew like a foot over the summer. So I have to replace that. But all of that's included. Your t-shirt, full uniform. The only thing that we don't provide are your dress shoes. And for my folks that wear the dresses, your pearls. Well, actually, no, I provide those. But your dress shoes, we don't provide those. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So for the trip, if we pay for the trip and my daughter's in club volleyball, but we
Yes.
don't know schedule tournament,
Right.
and something comes up, what does that, and she can't go, can I get a refund? Is it a partial refund?
I believe so. We would have to talk about that, but hopefully the things line up, and we'll work that out if need be. Yeah. Yeah. So I said that. Okay, so yeah, like I said, open to all core students. CHS Select is competing, so they will be my first 32 seats, and then the rest of the seats are open. 28 seats are open to students, and I need 5 chaperones. So any takers. All right. So the purpose is to, of course, compete at the Orlando Fest. As you can see, we have this wonderful space, but there are no trophies. And that's the first thing I said when I got here. I was like, where are the trophies? I remember her saying that. Announcement.
At this time, our teachers, so get home. Have a great evening, so we can prepare for your students tomorrow. Again, thank you for coming out to our open house. If we can please move towards, because we also have a big house, thank you. Thank you, teachers, for the first evening.
Wah, 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 wah. All right. Anywho, yes. So the purpose of our trip is our competition at Orlando Fest, which CHS Select will be participating in. And then for my folks who are not in CHS Select, just have support of those students that are competing. It's always really tough to be in a room where you're getting judged, to basically be singing to empty seats. So it's always good to have people there to cheer on those folks who are performing. We're also taking a campus tour to the University of Central Florida. I always make sure that I build in campus tours for any trip that we take. We're also going to be working with Grammy award-winning music educator, Dr. Jeffrey Reddick. Tentatively, I'm gonna cross my fingers. And they'll be working with him just on their concert music, just to make it as polished and pristine as possible. And then of course, we're gonna be going to Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, and also the other parts of that. So we're gonna have a great time. It would be my first big trip, overnight trip to someplace, taking your students. We took a trip to Carowinds, and that was kind of getting my feet in the water last year, and we did well. The students made superiors, and so we want to do it again and bring some more hardware back home for you all. So more info, payment plan, and a full outlined itinerary, and also the fundraisers will be coming soon. Those students who participate in the trip, we will expect them to help with fundraising, because the more we fundraise, the more payments get knocked off. So the more the merrier, and all of the more hands make for light work. So on the back side of your agenda has the upcoming concerts, rehearsals, and performances. Just like a team, I expect all team members of the chorus to be at all rehearsals and also all of our concerts, as it does affect our sound. So if you can make sure that you mark these dates on your calendar, because a lot of your students are going to say, I didn't know we had a concert this day. You sure? Nothing on the back side?
No. It looks like
It's a budget.
a budget.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to use the copy machine. Well, I will make sure I send that out on CTLS Parent. So I'll send you out the full calendar. But just to let you know, we have our October, we always have one rehearsal right the week before, the Tuesday before our concert. So that's how it's scheduled. They're always from 3:45 to 5:30, and you can pick up from the pack. All of our concerts, call time, which is when your students need to be here, is 5:45. They're able to stay after school under my supervision if necessary. I know traffic around here is kind of crazy, but I always offer that opportunity. We open the doors at 6:45, 6:30. Concert starts at 7, and by 7 I mean the opening, the chorus council president is giving her welcome to our fall concert at 7 o'clock. I don't play about 7 o'clock. Y'all got things to do. I want to go home. So we get in and we get out, and we're usually done and broken down by 8 o'clock. So our fall concert is on October 18th. I mentioned that earlier. Our winter concert is on December 6th. That is a joint combined concert with Osborne High School. We did it last year, and we're going to do it again. And this year, we're actually going to be joined by Argyle Elementary. Their 5th grade elementary chorus is coming up to perform with us. And then I'm taking CHS Select on the road. They're going to be performing at Osborne. They finally got their pack open. So we're going to basically do the same thing. So their advanced course is coming to us, and then we're going to take our advanced course over there. So it's going to be a really great event. And that's all for this semester from me, but I'm going to turn it over to Miss Haynes. Where's she go? Oh, she's sitting in a chair. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Haynes. She's our vice president of membership of our booster organization, and she's going to run you through the last little bit of business. And I'll leave this up for you because I know it got cut off over there. Okay?
Hello, everybody. You look all tired.
Amen.
And I got called with this last minute. So,
The full printout is
so we have a budget sheet that breaks down everything that's going on. It's on the back, it's on the last page. We got the fire budget for the year, how many members we having. We have an open balance, which was, what, 1,000? That we keep it whole just in case emergencies or anything like that. We have 50 new members, and we put into budget each one of them for a new member $100 to be put into the account would be $5,000 with the 50 students. Returning students, there are 56 returning members. The fee for them is 50, and that adds up to 2,800, which goes into the pot. Then we have different fundraisers. Snap raid fundraiser, popcorn fundraiser.
Poinsettias. So we're doing a flower sale for the holidays. So
Oh, okay, that's a new one for me, y'all. Sorry. What she just said is a flower sale that we're gonna do. Spring fundraiser to be determined on when we're gonna do that exactly, and a talent show. Estimate profit for each one for the snap raise is 10,000. Popping popcorn fundraiser is 3,500. Sell the flowers, 5,000. Spring fundraiser, 3,500. And the talent show, 1,000. With these fundraisers, we also would like everybody to try to participate when we're doing these fundraisers. Everything that we include is not just gonna go towards one person, one child. We put it in the pot, it goes to every child. This is required. So be mindful. We got choir parent officers. We got the president, Ms. Benson. She's not here tonight. She's under the weather. Of course, I'm the vice president of membership for Kristen Haynes. Secretary, Ms. Elizabeth. Ms. Elizabeth, our secretary. And we have 2 open spots that will be grateful, appreciated. For the help, we need a treasurer and a website. Anybody would like to volunteer for those positions to help out in the choir?
Maybe, yeah, I was gonna say maybe treasurer too. I work at the central office,
Okay.
so, but I don't know.
Okay, so. So we get y'all name and everything. Y'all can.
don't be running off either.
You know what he said. Also, treasurer.
Yeah.
Can 2 of them help?
That would be awesome to have
We'll
co-treasurers.
we'll have 2 treasurers work together. That'd be great. We have a large numbers of, so that'd be grateful, appreciated, and everything on that. What should we do? Nomination and voting? Miss Lindsay, if we all in favor, we can, all say aye.
That'll work.
That'll work. And Miss Ashley for our website, and we all say aye. I like this thing. I have to be different, I'm probably. But yeah, congratulations, thank y'all. That's it. I think you got them right. Okay, well, that includes everything. Like I said, I was breaking down the budget form, but you can look over it, breaks down everything that I started saying. You stayed at the last minute of what I had to say. But it basically breaks down every little thing that's going on with the kids, how we doing it. Like I said, the fundraiser is not just for one child, it's for everyone. And we want them to have a great successful year. We want them to enjoy themselves and just be able to participate and experience the things that's out there. So I thank y'all so much. That is cool for me that I know of.
Yep. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to stop by. I will be here for all of 5 minutes. You all have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Getting the thing for it, whatever you can get Actually, you didn't get anything, the whole thing. So, whatever she gave to everybody. The other one, she says she's gonna send. Yeah, beaucoup, c'est rien à nous dire. Ja, taxawal rek comme pare. Comme toog nañ ci ba heure bi mën nañ xaar. the documentation that she shared with everybody, we didn't pick it up earlier, we forgot. The schedule. I don't know, whatever it was that she was looking at and talking about.
Yeah, that was the schedule.
What's schedule?
The schedule and or whatever concert.
How baptized. That's another schedule for the concert. There was a bunch of other stuff. C'était 3 ou 4 feuilles. La stage-temps qui travaille qui travaille ici. Je suis dans l'association. C'est elle qui prend les papiers. So just tell her that we didn't pick up the information earlier when we came.
En eso puedes participar.
Like, no. But unfortunately, she's not an old child. So, I just need to send him this.
Yep. And that'll.
A mí también me gusta esa parte de que siempre sí, usted vio el dinero. Sí, sí.
I'm like, well, I'll make sure we get our number. So, all right. And she's doing okay. Rest one and it comes with us. we have the whole art supplies. I'm like, are you gonna eat?
Que por eso yo ayudo con esto. Como él casi paga todo, ya yo como cargar. I'm like, really? Like water. I'm like, okay, no me olviden las ayudas para todo eso. I was like, so,
It's an outlet. I'm really thankful for it. It's really good. I like it. Is tidy over leftovers from okay, it's like that's mine, that's mine. And now she's wanting to charge. So there you go. She's like, look, I know you love the art supplies, but I'm going to charge you for it. Really? I'm a mom. I'm watching this world. Really? All right. Thank you. Thank you for answering. Thank you. And thanks for being our teacher, honey.
Yay, police officer!
You're supposed to be on my side. You're going to be voting tonight. Separate groups. And she's on separate groups. It's 2 days. Y'all will see me the next day. I can call you on a duo for that. I'm not looking for you.
De ahí creo que vamos pagando poco a poco hasta que ya sea la fecha. Es a finales de marzo, principios de abril. Sí, sí, sí. Y van a ir. Okay, so I remember I walk around all those papers at the beginning. I signed it and sent it, but did not read it. So now they're talking in Spanish, and I'm like, what $300? I don't know it. Yeah, it says the cost.
Oh, that's for Allstate. So if they don't sign up for Allstate, that's not the process. It's not
Okay, and she was asking, I was like, I'm gonna bring it.
No, Allstate is extracurricular opportunity for students who want to participate in the Allstate choirs. And you are auditions that they have to go through. However, if a student was to make it, Victor, if he was to make it, because he should audition, I guess we will do scholarship to the system now because Allstate is that's like you get recognized as that board office.
When do they do the auditions? Okay, so they are going to go past the en January. Okay, so dice que esto es para todos los que están en todo estado. Entonces tienen que calificar por audiciones. Entonces la primera va a ser en noviembre 15.
Si quieren.
Sí, exacto, si quieren. Y también dice que esos 300, sí, vamos a decir que van en la primera y van en la segunda y alcanzan ahí, dice que pueden agarrar un scholarship para cobrar ese dinero también. Yo no sé que también cantan sus hijas, que también canten todo. Pero si ellas quieren audicionar, va a ser pero esto es opcional. Esto no es de que tienen que yo, no. She still has to sign this, right?
No. If she's with her uniform, she doesn't have to worry about the road uniform. That's usually my returners. We have to do that. So the course payment for the new students covers their uniform.
So she doesn't have to do that. Okay. Entonces no lo tienen que entregar. Los 100 cubre lo único que no cubre es los zapatos. Pero sí, yo le digo, ¿cómo no me va a tener miedo a la curva? Todo el mundo. Se ve que no va a servir. Pero no, ahí aunque sea entre las dos. Sí, me le Mariana, muchas gracias. Cristina, mi esposo Jesús, mi hijo Víctor y mi esposo Jesús. También ya Jesús. Me dijeron que vamos a buscar al Señor y yo lo encontré. El Señor Jesús. Buenas noches, igualmente. If you need that anytime, let me know. problem. But I didn't even know what I'm talking about. Girl was just like, I was like, we're having an assignment. She's like, you signed it? I was like,
No. It's just the description of the fees. It's just
Okay.
the description of the fees. Because I was like, I don't want nobody saying they signed up for Allstate, make it, and then be like,
That's
well,
$100.
Right.
okay.
But yeah, I always try to make things as accessible as possible. I was like, I know our students, and I was at school too, so I totally understand.
Right. So that's what we're trying, but you know.
Yeah. Why don't you go home? I'm sure you're tired. Oh my God.
Yeah, we work 12-hour shifts, we know.
What's
What's up, Mama? Can we buy a keyboard?
Why you always say this?
That's expensive. I wanna.
No,